This is a 2026 Chevy Silverado 3500 High Country. And I'm going to prove to you that this is the best HD dually on the market today. I borrowed it from Garff Chevrolet here in American Fork. This truck is available for sale. Let's go ahead and check out the window sticker so you guys see some of the options and features on this build. At the very top is the description, black on black. And then here is a short listing of the standard features. Be sure to pause to see more. Base price comes in at $76,400, and the diesel is going to cost you $9,990. High Country Premium Package $2,880, and then all-weather floor liners is $265. So with destination at $2,595, you have a total price of $91,630. Now, most people know that Chevy is the best deal on the market today, but that's not why this is the best dually. And I'm going to explain to you guys pretty easily why it is. Now, here's what I'll tell you. I love the refresh of these trucks. I think they really knocked it out of the park. Probably the most aggressive styling that works on the front end of the HD segment for sure. Now, these headlights, if you don't know, are better than GMC sibling. I've actually owned both. And when I had my Chevy, Mikey P came out here to visit me here in Utah, and we actually drove the trucks back to back, and I was shocked to see that, yes, these projectors are not the same ones on the GMC. And I'm telling you, if you drive them back to back, you'll see what I'm talking about. So yeah, you have the premium lighting, reflective style, LED fog lights, sequential turn signals. You have some chrome and a little bit of that polished look here on the grille and down below. Chrome here and here. You can black out the badging on this truck. Functional hood scoop. Only truck in the market today that has a functional hood scoop too. No active grille shutters. There is a camera with a sprayer there. Front parking sensors. You only get painted bumpers for High Country, by the way, too. And here's a quick look at the suspension. Now, this is the only truck in the HD segment that has an independent front suspension, and it's going to really help with the ride too. Fabric material for the liner, and then here are the tires. This is also the only HD truck in the segment that gives you 18-inch wheels, unless you step up to an F450 from Ford. But yeah, these are the Michelin Primacy XCs, and it's going to be an LT 235/80 18 8-lug. Love the wheel design of these trucks too. I think they really knocked it out of the park. This is your engine block heater plug. You cannot paint the fender flares on this truck, and I would like to see that as an option in the future for sure. Fixed running boards. You have the option for the power deployable ones if you like. And I do have the lights on the mirrors too. These are your turn signals and accent lights. You also have a light here if you're backing up, blind spot alert, and then this top mirror is heated. There is a camera that helps make up that 360 camera view. A little bit of chrome here with your smart key. More chrome down here on the windows. And by the way, you have two cameras, one for your rear view mirror and then one for your bed view. I would like to see GM offer a 50-gallon fuel tank option at the very least. I mean, they're the only truck that doesn't have that. 7-gallon DEF right there. You guys see the steps, clearance lights, and this one does have that liner out back. You guys see that suspension? You have 4 leaves in the main pack, 3 overloads, and then I like the wheel designs out back too. More clearance lights here, step, and then these tail lights are LED and incandescent bulbs for reverse. Parking sensors are down below. Class 5 hitch, camera provisions, and this one doesn't have the multi-flex tailgate, and I like that, and I'll show you here why in a second. Bed lights, 400 watts of power, and you do have some tie downs all throughout the bed. Be sure to check out my Juggernaut promo, because you can get some straps built in, which will look really good and gives you more versatility, I would say, as well. Here's that fifth wheel prep package. Fun fact, Ford and GM technically have the same fifth wheel prep package, because if you get a gooseneck ball, it will fit for both. Actually, the Rams will fit too, but for your tie downs, basically, they won't fit for the Ram. But Ford and GMs do fit interchangeably. Just something to note. But this is why I like this tailgate better than the upgrade. It is power, right? I love that about this truck. And by the way, you do have that light that shines down for your conventional hitch. There's your spare tire, 342 rear with a 12-inch ring gear. And then here's a side view of this beautiful dually pickup. Here's that 6.6 liter Duramax diesel, good for 470 horsepower, 975 pound-feet of torque. All that power does go through a 10-speed stamped approved Allison, and yes, they're going to continue to use that branding for that transmission. Deep gears, obviously, with that. And if you don't know, that 10-speed is the reason why the truck has the big towing numbers you'll see here in a second. Now, if I were buying this truck today, I would relocate my map sensor. So you have one here, and then you have a second one right here, okay? So this is your EGR system. This puts a lot of soot in your intake manifold, so those sensors get really dirty. And I wish I would have done that early on my truck, but at the time they didn't have it available because they added 2 for the Gen 205P. So highly recommend. It is warranty safe if you have the question. And it just keeps those sensors a lot cleaner, and it makes it easy to clean them because you know you can't scrub those sensors because they're very fragile. So that's why I highly recommend that. And the reason why you don't want those to get super dirty is because it does throw off like your miles per gallon, and it could affect your performance too. Now don't worry, I haven't forgot about explaining why this is the best dually truck to buy today. I promise it's coming. But I got to show you this interior really quickly. We're also going to take this truck for a quick drive too. So yes, most people know that they refreshed this for 2024, and it was much needed because they were last place for their interiors compared to Ram and Ford. But again, this is super duper nice. Black headliner too. Tilt and telescoping steering wheel. Only HD truck in the segment to have automatic four-wheel drive. Just saying. 12-inch screen, 13.4. Let's check out some of that wood on the passenger side. I love the design with this big wood trim piece that they have here. It's basically a cover for some storage. Also, here's your soft open glove box. You guys see it there? They do the best job with this, but you have a rating for a bed camper, which is 4,499 pounds. Now, it's not going to be the payload. I'll show it to you guys here in a second. A little bit of stitching on the dash here, grab handles right there. They do have a fabric material for the A-pillar here. And as I said, 10-way seat for this side. Out back. And of course that storage. This is for your engine block heater. Then lastly, right here, you guys can see you have heated seats for outboard, USBs, air vents, cup holders. Let's go ahead and take this truck for a quick drive. Whenever you have a chance to drive a dually, I figure that you just have to do it, I guess, you know? But yeah, the biggest advantage to the GM trucks is the fact that they do have the independent front suspension, and that's always going to make these trucks ride better than the Fords, especially the Rams for sure. Rams are a little bit stiffer in the dually segment, especially if you don't get the air suspension. Air suspension does help quite a bit with those. But yeah, this truck, you know, you guys will see here in a second, the numbers on the door, has a 6,000 pound front axle. And Ram and GM trucks allow you to use the bed camper as you guys just saw. Ford, you have to get a camper package in order for the truck to have the certification. Now it's only $160, but there's so many trucks out there that don't have that certification. And if the truck is still under factory warranty, you have any issues with frame damage or whatever, it's very possible that your truck could have a warranty claim denied. So that's something you have to consider too. So if you know you're going to be using your truck for a bed camper, GM trucks are definitely the ones at the top of the list. And I think that Ford should change that. But yeah, these trucks, I had a dually on 37. Some of you guys probably remember. Whenever you give the truck the juice, like these trucks have great power right out of the gate. 12-inch ring gear. And I feel like GM just gives you all the power. Like, so like, I don't feel like you have to be under load. You don't have to be in tow haul with the exhaust brake on for you to actually unlock all that power. It just kind of gives it to you. Having the automatic full-wheel drive. And so yeah, this truck, I mean, again, it's a dually. So, you know, you can probably see it. You're still going to get a little bit of a harsher ride because the truck's not under load. You saw the suspension. This truck is built for towing. So if you're asking the question, can you live with the truck day to day? Yes, you can if you can deal with a stiffer riding pickup. But if you're looking for a Lexus LS or Mercedes S-Class ride, and no, you're gonna hate this truck. So you might want to buy a second car and just use this for a tow pig. So why do I consider this the best dually in this segment? Well, why do people buy dually pickup trucks? Obviously, if they're looking to tow heavy or if they are planning to haul something heavy, then that's why they're going to be buying a truck like this, right? They want the best stability to get the job done, okay? And that's where I think Chevy and obviously GMC, because they're basically siblings, that's where they win because they have the highest ratings for that rear axle. Believe it or not, if you're someone looking to tow heavy, like a toy hauler, for example, toy haulers are naturally heavy for pin weight. And that's simply because they have to account for extra weight that someone's going to be putting in the rear of that trailer. So they can come out of the factory with a 3,000 to 3,500 pound hitch weight. Obviously with the generator, fuel, or even water that you can add to that trailer, that's going to obviously affect that too. And you guys see right here, this truck has a 10,400 pound gross axle weight rating out back. That is the highest number I've seen, and I'm shocked that Ford and Ram have not tried to at least match this. I want to say Ram's dually is 9,750 and Ford's is like 9,900 pounds or somewhere in there. And then that front gross axle is 6,000 pounds. So you guys saw this had a rating for a bed camper. So that comes standard. Every dually is going to be pretty much stopped at that 14,000 pound GVWR because of the class of these trucks. But you guys see here, 20,000 pound conventional towing, 31,000 pound gooseneck, and that's going to be for fifth wheel too. And then that payload is 5,249 pounds. So this truck has really good tow numbers. And again, what really limits what you can tow is the payload and the axle rating out back. You do not want to exceed that axle rating, and they have the highest in the segment. And of course, you guys saw the tire pressure for this truck. Let's really quickly look at that. Out back, they say you can run the tire pressure at 70. So you can run this probably down to like 60, 65, give or take. And this truck will have a really good ride. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. Make sure your bell notifications are on. And as I said, this truck is available for sale. So if you would like to buy this truck, be sure to mention the video. And who knows, maybe Caden might give you a little extra off. See you guys in the next video.